Hello! I'm here today to talk to you about one of my favorite subjects, numerology. I even wrote a book about it. Well, I channeled a book about it. Numerology, the unveiling of the secret codes the universe is leaving for you. Double Digitology. You can find it on Amazon, or you can find it on my website, Adironnda.com. But in thinking about numerology, I've had people ask me, well, what's the history of numerology? Well, numerology goes back to the Tibetans, and are probably older than that, I don't know, but the Tibetans are the first that really wrote it all down. And they take each number, each letter of the alphabet and coincide it with a number, like in the American alphabet or the English alphabet. It would coincide with 1 through 26 because there's 26 letters. And so you would add up those numbers to see what the Tibetans say each number would mean. Say if you were, if your name added up to 57, then you would add the 5 and the 7 together, which would be a 12. And that 5 and 7, and then you would add the 1 and the 2 together, and that would give you a 3, which according to the Tibetans, the 3 is a catalyst for change. So then you have Pythagoras. And Pythagoras was, 400 or 500 BC Greek, and he took the numbers 1 through 9, and then he repeated that in the English alphabet. So you'd go 1 through 9. A would be 1, B would be 2. And then when you got to 9, you would start over. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. When you got to J, then you would start over again with 1. And you would still add up those numbers. The consonants in your numbers mean something. The vowels in your name mean something. And you can find all that information in the book. But interestingly enough, Adironnda brings in the shape of the number in numerology. So, shockingly, all number shapes, when you price something, or the way the English have it, or probably older than that, it's universal. So the 2 in Egypt, when we priced things in the store, they used the 2 the way we in America would recognize it. I don't know if that was because Americans buy a lot of things. I don't know. But even in Thailand, something may be in baht, but it would be like 3,452 baht, which would look like the English numbers, or the English numbers would look like the Thai. So that acceptance is universal, which is probably why Adironnda came in with numerology and said, well, you talk about the value of the number in relationship to the name, but what about the shape of that number? Like the 2, for example, has a very strong foundation because it's the only number that has a flat bottom across it. The 1 does not have a strong foundation. It stands alone by itself, courageously. So, for numerology, if you want to find out about your own name, most people agree, most experts agree, that you start with your birth name and add all the letters up in your birth name. You can take and separate them, all of the consonants in your birth name, all of the vowels in your birth name, because they each mean something different, and then you add all of that up together. You also have the year that you were born. If your birth date was 2/10/1976, then you would add the 2 plus the 1 plus the 0 doesn't count for anything, plus the 1 plus the 9 plus the 7 plus the 6. and then you'd add all those numbers up together. And if it was a higher number than just a one digit, then you would add those two digits together until you ended up with one digit. And that's how numerology works. But the things that you learn from numerology is really about yourself. My numerology are two master numbers, 11 and 22. Those two master numbers, that's my life. My life force is all of my birth date added up together. My mission in the life is the consonants, the things that the way my personality represents itself is the vowels, and then when you add it all up together, that's maybe your life lesson. And so with that energy, I mean, you can read all about it. It tells you exactly how to figure it up, gets you the charts, it's got it all here in this book, but I don't want this to be a commercial about the book. But that's not a bad idea. But numerology, I learned in my numerology that my life lesson was a 4, which is structure and organization. Now, anybody who knows me knows that that's not my forte in this life. And yeah, I could change my bracelet on that because I'm learning how to be more organized. I'm learning how to be a bit more structured in my thought pattern, a bit, to bring things back into the home or bring things back around. Tell them what you're going to tell them and then tell them what you told them, right? But my life force is a 22, which is a master builder. And to share in the duality, which is Tibetan, and to share in the divine partnership, which is Pythagoras, and to have that foundation, as in Adironnda, you have the master builder moving in together with the master number of the 22s. Then, my other number is 11, which is spiritual teacher and new beginnings. And if you don't know me very well, that's what I do. That's what I help people do is to create new beginnings in their life. So your numerology can easily help give you direction as to your life purpose. Your numerology can easily tell you what value your name is. Now, a lot of people like to change their name to get a more powerful number. Someone asked me, well, what's the most powerful number? Well, I love 8s. Everybody loves 8s because they're abundance. There is no number that's really more powerful over another number. The 9 is about, in numerology, is about ending a cycle. The 7 in numerology is about spiritual teachings. The 6 is about paying attention to your material possessions and according to Adironnda, being pregnant with new ideas. The 5 is about change and becoming sensitive or sensuality or sensitive to the energies. The 4 is structure. The 3, a catalyst for change. It also represents the sacred trinity, a sacred trinity. The 2, duality, divine partnership. And the 1 is starting something new, standing courageously and really sometimes defiantly in the new beginnings in your life. So each number has a value. What's important to you? I know a lot of people use their middle initial because that adds the number that they like at that time. And a lot of people change their name to match a better numerology than they thought that they had in the beginning. So numerology is just one of the keys to how you find out who you are, how you define yourself. And that self-discovery is extremely important. So numerology is just a key to you. And You can search for it any way you want. Namaste, y'all. Namaste.